nice and composed, but Parker again working those shots on the inside.
Yeah. I mean, before this fight, Andy Thompson said, I think my movement is going to give him nightmares in there. But at the moment, crunching left hook there from Rossco Parker. Caught Andy Thompson flush on the point of the chin.
Yeah, Thompson took the shot well, come back with a good shot of his own there. Parker has to be careful he doesn't jump in and get caught whilst trying to unload these big attacks. Real excitement here in this second round. And again, Parker looking for that big uppercut. Great turn on the ropes there from Thompson. Yeah. This action really swinging one way than the other.
Back and forth, Spencer. You know, Rossco Parker for me still winning this fight, this round. Oh, the lovely left hook there from Andy Thompson, but Rossco Parker, he is just relentless.
Yeah, he really is, isn't he? Whipping those shots into the body. Thompson really trying to turn him off the ropes, trying to mix it up. Good exchange there, right on the bell from both guys. Both showing each other a lot of respect there. Andy Thompson playing his part in a great round, but for me, Rossco Parker just doing enough to win the rounds again.
He is.
Pure work rate at the moment from Rossco Parker. For me, Andy Thompson is probably the more technical of the two. He's not just being allowed to work at the moment. No. Parker just being so relentless in his assault.
And you'll know yourself, Spencer, you know, from your experience, former European super bantamweight champion, it doesn't matter how good a technical boxer you are, if somebody is that relentless and coming forward, not giving you the space to actually work your boxing, that is a nightmare to fight.
Well, the advantage that Parker's got is that we're doing 2-minute rounds here and only 4 of them. So, you know, Andy Thompson would be more suited to the 3-minute rounds, trying to keep the space, but Rossco Parker's really difficult to beat when he's in this sort of mood. I mean, he really is going for it. He's looking for this victory. I mean, Thompson playing his part at the moment, but Parker just doing enough for me. Here we go, beginning of the third round, just a quieter start from both guys. But there we go again. Parker looking for those shots in the inside, whipping them up. Thompson doing a good job countering off the ropes here, but has to be careful he doesn't get caught by this barrage of punches from Parker.
I think for me, Andy Thompson is actually surprised at how strong Rossco Parker is in there, because Rossco Parker, when he fought Sam Holloway and Andy put Thompson as stablemates in the same gym at O'Neill's, and I think he was thinking from sparring that it was going to be easier than it is.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right there, Alan. I think you hit the nail on the head. I think Thompson is surprised, and there's a bad cut on the ear here. Must have been a clash of heads, but Parker's really badly cut round the left ear. I don't know if it's on the head or around the ear, but there's a lot of blood coming from that. The referee's going to have to take a look here. But that really is a bad cut. And this could be stopped here. I think it was a clash of heads. Thompson got a lot of blood on the back of his head as well. And this really is a bad cut. And this could be an absolute nightmare for Rossco Parker here.
Yeah, well, to clarify the rules in the league, they've had 2 completed rounds, Spencer. So it will go to the judges' scorecards if that is the case. If this fight is stopped because of the cut, it will go to the judges' scorecards.
Well, it was definitely an accidental clash of heads. I didn't see where it happened, but
it
certainly was a clash of heads, and that really was a bad cut, and I think that was the right decision. The cut seemed to be really bad. It was bleeding quite badly. I'm not sure, Alan, if that's on the ear or around the back of the head. It's going to be interesting to see this. But terribly frustrated there, Rossco Parker. He was putting in such a great performance. You've got to feel so sorry for him. Andy Thompson just raising his hands there. He didn't want it to end that way either. Thompson was playing his part there in a great contest. You can see the frustration on Rossco Parker's face there. Well, we'd certainly like to see this contest again. I mean, that really was heating up to be an amazing fight. Both guys just having a little chat here above me. Parker very frustrated, but seems to have calmed down just a little bit now. So he's just getting his head attended to there, Parker, but I think that's definitely going to require some stitches. I still haven't seen where that cut is, whether it's the top of the ear or whether it's on the head. But they're doing a good job patching him up now, but it did look bad. Alan, I'm not sure, did you see where that cut was?
It looks like a bad laceration to the ear, but I can't see whereabouts because the ringside doctor's gone straight in there and patched him up. But as I said, it goes to the scorecards in the Queensbury Boxing League. 2 completed rounds now. They're going to go to the scorecards and see what happens.
Well, that's fair. I mean, it's only a 4-round contest. We completed over halfway through the contest. That would be the fair result. And to his credit, Rossco Parker, he really was giving it everything, wasn't he? So I think he deserves to hear the scorecards here. Well, just waiting for the judges' scorecards to be tallied up now.
Yeah, Parker all patched up now from the ringside doctor, but you know what? Those 2 rounds, Spencer, you've got to say, even in a championship 12-round fight, in some of these big title fights, you know, you don't see that much action, and that was phenomenal.
Well, it really did live up to his expectations, didn't it? I know people were talking about this fight even before I come into the arena this evening. Rossco Parker coming off a loss, looking to get back into winning ways. I know he was really determined. Andy Thompson, a great boxer, likes to work off the ropes, picking his shots. Everybody was looking forward to this contest, and it lived up to everything that we thought it was going to live up to. It was just an unfortunate ending there, because it really was heating up nicely, and it would have been interesting to see the way it would have finished.
And it's not a cut that you see a lot of the time on the ear.
No, it's a very, very, very rare cut. It seems to be high on the ear. It just seemed to split. It must have been from a clash of heads. You definitely wouldn't get a punch doing that. So it was a sad end to what was building up to be a great contest.
Ladies and gentlemen, under the rules of Queensbury Boxing, if 2 rounds have been completed and an accidental cut is sustained, we go to the judges' scorecard. Therefore, after 1 minute and 1 second of round 3, your winner by a judges' majority decision, Andy Thompson!
Well, that fight really could have gone either way, couldn't it? I thought that Parker was doing the more work of the 2. I thought he was being more relentless with his attacks to the body and attacks to the head. Yes, Andy Thompson was doing a nice job off the ropes, but for me, not doing enough work to win that contest. And you've got to feel sorry for Rossco Parker there. You know, after only 2 rounds completed, you felt that he was the one that was really pushing for that one, and you got to feel sorry for him, Andy.
Yeah, I think, yeah, for me, I thought Rossco Parker comfortably won those first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Well, listen, that's boxing. That's the way it goes sometimes. You know, if you go for quality or quantity, the quantity was certainly coming from Rossco Parker. And yeah, Andy Thompson was throwing some quality shots, but I'm with you on this one, Alan. You know, I didn't think he'd done enough, Thompson. And you've got to feel sorry for Parker there. Not only has he walked away from this with a really bad split left ear, he's also lost the fight as well. So a sad end there for Rossco Parker. He was looking to get back on the winning road. Unfortunately, it never happened this evening.
When a fight is billed as a main event, you always hope that it lives up to expectation. And I know that the fight was stopped, but Andy, what a performance on both of your parts.
I know, I knew it was going to be hard. From when he first threw his jab, I was like, oh shit, I'm in a fight here. And he obviously, he comes forward all the time. But, I didn't listen to what my coach said at first, but went back to the corner and listened to what obviously John Al that said, and I was like, boosh. I'll just keep going. I just dug in. I just kept going and going.
But both of you digging in the whole time.
Definitely.
And fitness, you mentioned fitness way back when, but it really was.
Everyone knew this was going to be an outright scrap. And obviously the training camp I've had from O'Neill's, Al, John, partners in crime, they've destroyed me. And that's why, my level was up there to keep going. I won't stop. So, yeah.
It was a war. Were you happy? I know obviously it finished and no one wanted it to finish because we wanted it to go the whole distance.
Another round with him. But he was hitting me with body shots, and you know he wasn't hurting me. I was laughing at him when he was hitting me because he was swinging them in. He wasn't hurting me. He was catching me, but wasn't hurting me. So, and I was like, so I was digging every shot I'd dig in. I wanted to hurt him. You know, he's a nice guy, but I did want to hurt him then. So that's it.
Yeah, he's definitely a good fighter. I mean, one of the nice things that we saw there is there was huge support for both of you, but for him as well, there was an ovation which was really good.
For my regiment 2-3 Pioneers, you know what I mean? They all stood up, you know, and praised him because they knew it was going to be a hard fight. They like Rossco, they've seen him as well fight, and they've got so much respect for him as well. So, you know, I'll take half to him as well. It was a hard fight. Like, I knew it would be.
One thing that I will say is that you wanted to really prove your movement, and you thought that would frustrate him. You were light on your feet than Rossco.
Yeah, I know, yeah, a bit like that. But I didn't listen after the first round. I didn't listen, so I tried to trade with him. But then once I moved, turned him a bit more, I could dig the shots in harder. And I know I was hurting him as well. Every shot and that. So I'm so happy. It's over.
I mean, there's so many people here that supported you. So many people down the ring.
Yeah, I had about 60 odd people come down to support me for my regiment, and obviously my hometown and that as well. So that was brilliant.
Andy, there was so much on the line tonight. Well done. I've never watched a fight where I literally was almost just didn't know where it was going to go because, like you said, it was from the word go.
I think now me and Rossco spoke after the fight, and I think there will be a rematch next year as well.
Right, you've heard it here first. We'll look forward to them. Andy, for now though.
4 rounds. We don't want to do 3s. We want to do 4 rounds. So.
Okay, good. The victory's yours. Well done. He wanted to get the result tonight so badly. It was an incredible performance. Unfortunately, it was stopped in the 3rd round because of the damage to Rossco's ear. Let's go and talk to him now and get his view on how that fight went. Rossco, I'm going to come in. First of all, genuine commiserations because it was an incredible performance from both of you. And just tell me your verdict. Talk me through it.
Oh, you know, I knew it was going to be a tough fight. That's why I was looking forward to it so much. And Andy's very strong, really strong guy. But as I said, I knew that I could push him to the ropes, which I feel I was doing quite a lot, body shots and uppercuts. The reason I was so angry at the end was because I knew that was my best round, and I was actually getting on top of him. And obviously, it got stopped. You know, you can't rule against a doctor, but it annoyed me because I felt like the fight was swinging my way.
And that was it. I mean, everyone wanted it to go the full distance, not as much as you did, obviously, but it was just such a battle. It was such a war, and both of you were just giving your absolute all, and it was a shame that it was stopped before we could get the full verdict.
Well, we'll definitely do a rematch. I mean, he's come and seen me. He's such a decent guy. I know it wasn't deliberate, but that's a rough and tumble fight. You're going to get injuries. He had a cut on his eye. Ironically, when the ref stopped it, I thought it was for his cut. I didn't realise I was cut, but I don't consider it a loss. I really don't. I just want to quickly say all heartfelt thanks to all my training team. My lady Raja has really put me through it, really trained me hard, and I really want to thank her.
And she is there every time that you fight, and as a girlfriend it must be quite hard to see when you take a cut like that, because it was a moment where I was similar watching you and I didn't know if it was on Andy's head or it was on your ear, and for both of your parts, and I know that you wanted the result, but like you said, you're not disappointed. What can we see in February then, if we're looking at the rematch then?
Possibly at a higher weight. We have talked about that because I know me and Andy both suffered for this fight to get to the middleweight limit. So maybe we could talk about a higher weight, and that would be even more interesting, a bit more power, hopefully. So that's the idea. Both
of you, you've said how nice he is. Rossco, you're one of the nicest guys in the league, and I know that you were doing the eye of the tiger tonight. It was definitely there. So well done. I hope that your ears are right, and we look forward to seeing you next year.
Thank you, Abby. Thank you.